Okay, so the last video we finished up connecting the MOLEX Pigtail to our spare 83 GS1100 harness. These harness connections that we have are going to be pretty similar to even these this older style symmetrical. It's going to have the same, there's a battery connection we don't use. This is the red primary that goes to the ignition switch, the orange that comes back, the three circuits for ignition, the orange white, the orange red for the headlamp, and the orange green, which is the signal. So all those are going to be identical, and so the additional switch inputs that we use are going to be pretty much the same. We'll be using the green, white, white, red, which all the Suzukis have that. So we've completed that. Now let's kind of take care of the last little bit here. What we were left over with was the connector on your harness, and it's still connected via this ground wire. Basically, if you look over a little bit further down in the harness, usually all of the harnesses, typically that I'm familiar with at least have these two, it may be more. These are both black-white ground wires. This one ring lug is the one that we will reach through and attach it to the same single point ground. I don't know if we can pick that up. Let me get the video here a little bit. So this one will come from behind the plate, and we will attach it to the same ring lug. Normally it would attach here on the solenoid bolt, but then we're worrying about the current flow through the plate, and by just attaching here with a little clean that dirty connector off and put a little dielectric grease on there, it'll keep it from oxidizing, and we'll have a good connection. So the other connector usually goes to the front of the battery box. So the point of all that is that this is a thin ground wire. It's not even as big as these others, and there's really no reason for it. So even though it wouldn't hurt anything, put a ring lug on it and attach it to a frame ground somewhere, there's just no point, and so you might as well just cut it off. So we would just basically cut it off here where it's emanating from the harness, and then go ahead and wrap this section of the cabling up with some electrical tape. And I guess if we'd had thought a little bit about it earlier, but again, this is just a spare harness, you could probably go ahead and wrap that tape, then put in the zip ties, and then overlay the shrink tubing. That would have enclosed that and kept that from unwrapping itself. So anyhow, that's just kind of like a final detail that I didn't show, but something you could easily figure out how to do. Okay, so that's I guess we'll continue on further with some other videos, probably showing you how to change the switches so that we can use these spare wires, these repurposed spare wires that were in the original stator loop. All right, well, thanks a lot.